Alright, this video is on the initial setup of FFL Cockpit and Checkout. So the first thing you need to do is to go to the WordPress plugin marketplace and download the plugins. So once you log into the back end of your website, you'll be able to go to the plugin section here. And then from there you can click on Add New Plugin. Now to find my plugins, you can type in FFL in the search bar here. And then usually, at least right now, they're the top two plugins here. So you have FFL Checkout and FFL Cockpit. Now what you need to do is just hit install now on both of these. Wait for those to install. And once those are installed, they have the activate button available. So go ahead and click activate. And we might have to activate FFL Checkout because it didn't give us the button, but once they're installed, you can scroll down here and you can see FFL Cockpit and FFL Checkout are here. We still need to activate the checkout, so we'll click on activate. And then just to double check, Checkout and Cockpit are both activated and installed. Now when they're installed, they show up on the left panel here. We can first go into the checkout. With checkout, you don't need to plug in an API key or anything like that. We have your URL approved once you place the order on fflcockpit.com. If that URL that you entered while placing the order didn't exactly match what your URL is, you'll have to email that to us, and that will help make sure that the plugin is functioning. So with FFL Checkout, you have the option to put a custom checkout message in here. You can put HTML code. You can just tweak what we have or do something all different. You can also enter in your FFL. If you have your FFL in here, there's a quick basically ship to store button on the FFL selector that will automatically search for your FFL so the customer can quickly jump to it if they want to do a local pickup. You can also change the location that the FFL selector is on the page. So you can experiment with those. And then you also have the option to show the map or not show the map. By default, we have the map on, but a lot of folks don't like the map, so you can turn that off here as well. And then this allows CNR upload. This is typically set to no. This was made for one of my clients who dealt with CNR items quite a bit and wanted the ability to upload those FFL documents. So we typically would normally set that to no. Then you go ahead and save changes. That's pretty much all you have to do to set up FFL Cockpit. Now, if you do have a problem with checkout, if you do have a problem with checkout not appearing on the checkout page, we do have a help document that's available on our FFL Cockpit site. So if you go to FFL Cockpit and go to the Help Center, there's an article in here about FFL checkout. If you can't quickly find it, you can just put in something in the search tool here. And you can see here, problem displaying checkout, have a new site. So this kind of runs you through the different troubleshooting steps as to what may be causing the FFL checkout to not appear. So you can run through these and it should work afterwards. If you do still have a problem, you can contact us at support@geridium.com. So in regards to Cockpit, so Cockpit is also here. So when you first go into Cockpit, you have the a page that asks you to enter in an API key. So you would go ahead and enter in that API key for your site. Grab that quickly. So if I go here, that API key, and hit set key, this is the API key that you would get in the email once you're signed up with. So now we can see the default configuration loaded, and now you have the ability to go ahead and start adjusting your configurations from here. Now in order for FFL Cockpit to communicate to your site, we will need to set up an API key. So that's done under WooCommerce settings. So under WooCommerce settings, we would go under the Advanced tab here, then go under REST API, Then here we would create a API key specific for FFL Cockpit. So we click on the add key and we can type in FFL Cockpit. And you can, your user will be selected. It should be an admin user. And then you need to select this to be read write. And hit generate API key. Now both of these you'll have to email us. So we email these keys. We need both of them to sales or support@geridium.com. You can send them to support@geridium.com. And then we'll configure them on our end and make sure that we can communicate properly to your site. The other thing I want to make sure that you all check is WordPress setting. Under WordPress settings on the left panel here, go to the permalinks menu. And from there, you got to make sure that post name is selected. If not, our API communication calls will not work. So if it's not selected, go ahead and select it. Scroll down and hit Save Changes. And then that should be all you need to do. Thank you.